Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Welcome everyone, let's see. First of all, Little Framework, aka Mark. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mark. Happy birthday to you. ¡Feliz cumpleaños, Mark! Everyone say happy birthday to Mark right now on chat. Everyone in chat, clip. Es para ti el cumpleaños. Nah, pero bueno. Hello, Nameless. Hello, Mark. Mars. And Mark. How's everyone doing? Ay, este es Mark, que me lo robaste. No, fue Mars, perdona. Nameless is banned from claiming it now. Oh, no. Next time is Mark, so we're fair. I see. Happy cumpleaños. Y para Little Framework, que es su cumple. Yes. Everyone say happy birthday to Mark right now. Ay, Dios mío. Oh, man. How's everyone doing? Welcome in, Víctor. Hola, Víctor. Hola, hermoso. Welcome in Prickle Woodland. I hope that you're doing well and that you're having a very relaxing Sunday evening. Buen cumpleaños. Madre mía. Mark, Mars, same thing. I mean... Dark, Mark, Mars, you know, like there's a pipeline there somewhere. There's like a common thread there. Nah, skill issue. Buon. That's what I said. Buon cumpleaños, somos clones. Nah, yo soy clon de Sean. O al revés, no lo tengo claro del todo. Read who you was it, exactly. You imbecile, you said ban, I'm sorry, I'm not Italian, I'm sorry. My punishment is death. You are allowed to crucify me now, Mars. Alright, let's jump right into it, shall we? Let me do something real quick. Alright. We should be good to go very soon, as long as the game loads up. Bon is not even dialect. Bon is Bresciano and Bergamasco dialect. Yes, I see, I understand. I totally understand. I have no idea. I'm sorry. Alright, game. It's northern Italy, near Milano. Oh man, I was in Milano last summer. Man, it's a gorgeous place. Really loved it. Really loved it. Alright. Va a haber Trucy, no, de regalo cumpleaños, ¿verdad? Please, the game. Yeah, the game has to give us Trucy as a birthday gift for Mark. We have so many dialects here that from north to south you won't understand. No, I kind of get it. We also have a little bit of that here in Spain. Alright. I think it's this one. Yeah, cross-examining Cosmos. Yes. Let's go with the autosave. And if it's like something that we have already seen, we'll just skip it. Nope. Okay. Let's go with this one. Director Cosmos, a new possibility has been presented by the defense. They are claiming that you were this third person. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. So, the great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just another fabulous curl. Nameless, jingle jangle, esposo, husband. Exactly. I gave you Trucy having fun at the beach eating watermelon in the Discord. Sí, es que no estás en el Discord, es verdad, Mark. Es que, Mark, no estás en el Discord, tienes que meterte en mi Discord. No, entra, espérate. Hold up. Mira... Mark, Yuyu. Es como lo de Sukeaba, literal. Es que míralo. Ahí lo tienes. Y está en el canal de Things We Made. Dios mío, Strusy comiendo melón. Es increíble. Y Acina mamadísima, Dios mío. Ay, anyways. I only have one question for the likes of you. Shall I send you off quickly or very quickly? Joder. Bueno, Nameless, ¿qué respondes a la pregunta? Truth in a swimsuit at the beach, eating watermelon with Athena flexing and Apollo being a baby girl. Yes. That's it. Nameless, ¿qué respondes? What is your answer to this question by your husband, Nameless? Slowly. Slowly but surely. I want it slowly. Yeah. Nameless. Nameless, Jingle Jangle. I think Nameless has died. Let me enjoy every minute. Dios mío. Mírate. Está en aquí. A ver, voy a... Ahí, perfecto. Get your Nameless, Jingle Jangle, get your ass in here. Ay. Luego, I will later pass the image to them. Ah! The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos. So don't try to talk your way out of this. Fine. I'll tell the truth. It's all just as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true that I was there in the boarding lounge. I got there before Detective Arm, and when she arrived, she fired warning shots at me. I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room. I then went past the elevators and all the way around to the boarding lounge one again. I came up behind Detective Arm and pretended to be the second on the scene. What a troublesome old man you are, with such convoluted deeds and thoughts. This is how Nameless sees me. They see me as an old man with convoluted deeds and thoughts. Oh, I see. So then, are you still insisting that you did not kill the victim? Of course I am. When I arrived at the lounge zone, I saw the true killer. The great Yuri Cosmos was a history-making witness. ¡Abogados! Hola, Vanigan. Hello. Hi. Hola, voy un poco pidipi. Ay, Dios, ¿y eso? ¿Todo bien? Espero que vaya todo bien. Sí, estamos aquí. Estamos interrogando a un personaje de un anime de mechas antiguo. Es una referencia. Mírale. Hace hasta la pose de Evangelion y todo. ¿Tú qué tal? ¿Cómo te encuentras? Now, hold on just one moment. We just proved a few minutes ago that the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Miss Aura Blackwell saw was you. No, it wasn't me. I saw the person as well. If I were the killer, why would I lie to cover for Starbuck? I would just leave him to take the fall.
That is an excellent point.
All I wanted to do was protect Starbuck. I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for the third person.
Well, it makes some sense if he told those lies to cover for Mr. Starbuck.
Still, a lie's a lie, Athena.
So, Director Cosmos claims he's not the culprit. But, what is the proof?
Sí, todo bien. Es que estaban aquí unos amigos de Murcia y acá para comer con ellos. Ah, qué bien, qué bien. Pues que aproveche y que lo paséis muy bien. Y luego si eso me cuentas qué tal. Hola, Mark. Es el cumpleaños de Mark, Fran. Pásale cosas de White Rose. Fran, es mi cumple, así que tienes que decirle que el White Rose es superior. A ver, yo no digo nada. Pero White Rose tiene un comando en el canal. Yo no digo nada. Yo no digo nada. Nah, pick. You feel 20 White Rose petals flutter around as you hear the word White Rose being spoken. Spamealo todo lo que quieras, Mark. Es todo tuyo. Ah, I just remembered. I have an alibi. Miss Blackwell said that she saw the killer at 10 AM, correct? Yes, and? Well, I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation effort. Ask any member of the staff you like. They will corroborate me. The director is not favoring to the court for once. I confirm that he has an alibi for the time specified. So, you're claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the crime first at 10 AM? And that you arrived at the lounge after that? Yes, and I believe the person I saw is the same person that Miss Blackwell saw. Although it was pitch black, so it was more of a shadowy figure and less of a person. And I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an earthling. I mean, yeah, we figured. We figured the killer wasn't an alien.
As long as he has an alibi. We can't very well claim Director Cosmos was the killer.
No, we can't. Then again, maybe we don't need to yet. I wonder if he was really covering for Mr. Starbuck. Your Honor, the defense moves to have the director testify about the person he saw. Oh, very well. Director Cosmos, your testimony, please. Alright. Let's see what you have in store for us. What I really witnessed. As I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I hit the wall getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air. I was near the elevator side door, and well, the launch pad one door and the control room door should have been set tight to the killer. So, you were shot at by the killer as well? And then they disappeared? Yes, though luckily, no harm came to my glorious body. Unfortunately, the bullet hit Theron's oxygen tank. I know because I heard a pang. That must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured.
Wait, but I thought the bullet hit his metal.
That was Detective Arm's bullet, remember?
Right. What a mess this is turning into. So, let's see. Director Cosmos is claiming that when he found Mr. Terran and his killer, the culprit shot a 10 caliber bullet at him.
Right, but it actually hit Mr. Terran's oxygen tank and ruptured it.
And then the killer disappeared, and the director went into the boarding lounge. When Detective Arm caught up and fired those warning shots at him, judging by his medal, it looks like one of them almost took him out, too.
Good summary, but that doesn't explain where our Mr. Killer went. Yeah, this is kind of a smash. Of course. This is kind of another locked room. Because there are 2 exits. Well, there's like 3. But we know that at least for 2 of them, the killer couldn't have gone through. Unless they were Unless they were a robotics specialist who knows how to hack the doors. Who knows? Director Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure disappeared. Hell, pretty lesbian lady. Yeah, it's kind of sassy, very sassy baka. I'm ashamed to admit, I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeped back into the lounge, the real killer was gone. I rushed into the lounge straight away to investigate. But what I found was Terran with a knife in his chest, and Starbuck out cold on the floor. Oh, so we have a culprit who vanished from a scene that had no escape route. Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos. Pretty Susie what? Pretty sassy baka. If evil, why hot? Yeah, exactly. Tark, don't give him the brain rot. I gave him a long time ago, Mars.
Silence!
A riddle of the ages indeed. But I'd rather know. How a thieving lich such as you can be lauded as great. Bonk Tark. A great man is always misunderstood in his own time. But he must remain true to himself even if those around him don't understand. Wow, that might be the first true statement he said all day. Phoenix, come on. Bonk Thark, damn it, for brain rot. That's not how bonking works, and you know it. But how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly? Simple. Because it was a space boy himself. When he was spotted by the director in Aura, he quickly feigned unconsciousness. That would certainly take all the mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit. I want to raise an objection. I don't have any counter evidence. Director Cosmos, when you saw this person, did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor? No, because it was as dark as a black hole in there. I didn't see Starbuck until the other person vanished and I entered the room. That wasn't exactly helpful. I'm prepared to accept your surrender. Right, Donald? Head up, Dark Rod. Damn, you got me there, Mars. You got me there. I can't find any holes in his testimony, but I can't give up.
Mr. Wright, why don't you let me help?
Huh?
While the director was giving his testimony, I detected a cacophony of Discord. Then he was getting so many pings in his server.
Which means he's hiding his true feelings from us, huh? This just might help us find out what happened to our vanished killer. That would be great, Athena. Let's see what you can do with him.
You got it, boss. I wouldn't want to miss this chance to delve into a great mind. Unicosmos, prepare to be to be psychoanalyzed. Prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me.
Damn, that's kind of brutal. Let's go, psychoanalysis time. As I try to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. Right. I hit to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air. I was near the elevator side door, and well, the launchpad one door, and the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
Look about mixed feelings. He must be trying to account for a number of contradictions. Mr. Wright, maybe this time we should just look for contradictory emotions. We should also look for emotions that should be there, but aren't.
I guess it shouldn't be a surprise that his mind is a convoluted place too.
He must have felt very shaken and distressed at the time. Let's focus on the fluctuations in his emotions and see what we can uncover.
Right. My issue here is, why is he not surprised that they had vanished, right? Like, hello, Final Free, hey, la yaya, ¿cómo andamios? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te encuentras? No, estoy pensando, I'm thinking, why is he not surprised? La Yaya, por cierto, dile feliz cumpleaños a Little Framework. Es su cumpleaños. Feliz cumple, Mark. Alright, vamos a probar. Let's try this one. Yeah, why are you not surprised? You must have thought it was very strange that the killer vanished into thin air. I did. That kind of thing just doesn't happen, usually. And yet, at that time, you barely registered any shock at the occurrence. What? Why are you... I can only think of one reason as to why you weren't surprised by the killer's vanishing act. You must have had a good idea of where they went. Isn't that right? What? No! Of course not. That's preposterous. Only I can enter the control room. And the area beyond the launchpad door was filled with smoke, making it impossible. And as for the southern door, I was standing right there. So, there was nowhere for the killer to run to. Maybe. Or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck. And Mr. Terran, yes? Yay, happy birthday, Mark. You should hydrate now. Thank you, Mark. Con suerte veremos a Trucy hoy. Voy a ir a por un hielo, ahora vuelvo. I'm going to go get some ice. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Straight in the back. Thank you, Mars. I was exactly doing that right now. Ah, there we go. Alright. Let me see.
Hey, bitches and bros and non-binary hoes.
Kate, Colita, ¿cómo estamos? Un momento, te hago cosa. Cosa. Everyone go follow Kate. Y a seguir a Kate, por favor. Es una streamer genial. Y se curra. Es que tiene uno de los mejores overlays que he visto en toda la plataforma. Es que es increíble. Vale. Everyone go follow Kate. Ay, ¿cómo estás, Kate? ¿Cómo te encuentras? Streamer genial. No lo streams, no. Genial. Lo eres. No puedes contradecirme. Es mi cumpleaños. Sufriendo en el Terraria. Bueno. Mucho ánimo. ¡Ey! Hoy sí hay categoría. Hola, Laibel, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Cómo andamos? ¿Feliz cum? No, hoy es el cumpleaños de Mark. Hoy es el cumple de Mark, de Little Framework. Maybe, or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Terran, yes? What if the culprit took that opportunity to silently slip out through the southern door? Kate, si vuelve a aparecer la señora Hot del otro día, te aviso. Feliz cumple, Zark. Otra vez.
I highly doubt it. I should recall right after I entered the lounge. A detective arm came rushing towards it herself via the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape through there would have been caught by her. And yet, the director wasn't surprised that the killer vanished. So, you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use?
It's working, boss. One more punch, and there will be a knockout. There seems to be one more emotion that's at odds with his testimony. Go get him.
Okay, back in the Matrix it is. And to pinpoint our way to victory.
Feliz cumple, Zark. ¿Cómo va el dedo? ¿Qué pasa con el dedo? ¿Cómo? Víctor, ¿estás bien? ¿Qué te pasa en el dedo? ¡Víctor! Alright, as I try to enter the lounge. Can. Why are you sad? Why are you sad? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to be afraid of the launchpad door.
The great Yuri Cosmos. Afraid? And what basis do you have for that outlandish accusation?
Va bien, no hay dolor. Bueno, poco a poco.
Whether I have any basis or not, you seem to be quite distressed by it. I'm most certainly not. Director Cosmos, there's something about the launchpad door that you're not telling us, isn't there?
Wow, he's speechless. It looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. I'll just input those 2 pieces of data and... Yes, just what I wanted to see.
Noise level. ¿Noise? ¿Sin foguear? Presto Chango is... Okay, I know that Presto is Italian, but... Chango?
Tango. Let's discard. It looks like we're on the right track.
Aunque se ve que la uña está un poquito rota. Uf, espero que se repare, sí. A ver cómo evoluciona la cosa. Presto means soon. Yeah, presto is like... yeah, yeah. I know that. But could also be hurry, yeah. Mars, we need you. Oh, Dios mío, what happened? Thanks, Athena. Now to make sense of what we have learned. The Electro Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge. Which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door to the launchpad made him uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the launchpad 1 door. When we put these two pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Director Cosmos, did the real killer escape through here? Launchpad 1 corridor?
Take that!
The culprit went through the launchpad 1 door to escape, didn't they?
Yes. I mean, no! Disaster to starboard! We're going to crash into an asteroid!
A master tactician, you are not? What? Need me for? The words, what do they mean? But you already translated, thanks. Man, I love Ace Attorney. I love how much fun we all have with Ace Attorney. Bro pool, they see me rolling. A master tactician, you are not.
But the area beyond that door was filled with smoke, wasn't it?
True, but this is still the only logical answer there is. If we can just figure out what the director is hiding about the launchpad 1 door, we should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies.
But the door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Darren and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock. Do you?
That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning there's a way he could have easily gotten past the security lock. Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. I propose that the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock. I don't remember which ones they were. I forgot. Hostia, me he enterado, feliz cumpleaños. Efectivamente, el White Rose es el ship superior y canon. Frases célebres. Frases célebres. Wait to see his breakdown. Damn. Era Starbuck, ¿verdad? Feliz día de Mark. Frases célebres. Frases célebres. Happy Mark Day. Happy Mark Day. No. Aquí no. Perdón. Sorry. Give me like 1 second. 1 moment. ¿Dónde está? Célebres. Aquí. Joder, si son autistas, ¿con quién seduces ahora? Efectivamente, el Wild Rose es el ship superior. Por Dios, de verdad. Dios, cómo visto que sale mi esposo en su foto me distrae. Dios mío, es que literal. Pero a ver, ¿cómo que a quién seduces ahora? Pero a ver, no puedes decirme eso. It was Solomon, right? I think it was Solomon, Starbucks and fingerprints. Present. Yes.
Take that!
That's... Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device's screen.
Ah!
Spin! Which one? Yeah, exactly. Which one? Actually, Black will kiss me. Damn. Damn, we are down bad today, huh? You're not being subtle. Madre mía, qué poco sutil estás siendo. Madre mía. It looks like he does have something to hide about the launchpad one door. Yes, yes I am, déjame. Nah, tienes que ser más sutil, o si no se entera. And I'm betting it's got something to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. Bonk Nameless. No, por Nameless. Dar, cállate la putísima boca. Me lo merezco. Me lo merezco. Mark, déjame.
You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it?
Huh? Oh, yes, by all means.
There's a security camera in boarding lounge 1. Right, oh.
Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor?
If the third culprit escaped into the launchpad 1 corridor, then that might be recorded on the security footage as well. Then the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic?
No, poor Judge. He was actually being smart. It's just that he doesn't know that there's no more footage. Maldito streamer traidor. Yo no he dicho nada, perdona. ¿Y por qué voy a defenderte? Además, yo no perdono la traición del último stream. Pero que fue Mars el que se llevó el first. Dios mío.
I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that. Your boldness.
I beg your pardon.
Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point.
Oh my! The footage cuts off.
The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There is no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens.
Ah, and I thought it was such a good idea too.
Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery, it doesn't mean you should try to show off too much. Grandpa boldness.
Mira, Nameless, eres tú llamándome viejo. Drama. No, el first. No, la frase cerebro out of context que sacó Nameless. Ah, es verdad. Es verdad.
Prosecutor Blackquill, how did you know about my grandchild?
I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world.
Ah, adult world. Damn it. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I would like to have the witness continue. Director Cosmos, could you tell us more about when you entered the lounge?
If I must.
Hey, we are back to the Matrix. I hate to avoid getting shot. No, el first, no la frase. Sí, eso ya lo he leído. After the killer vanished, I went into the lounge. But that's when Detective Arn appeared from the elevator side of the door. And then, Detective shot at me. So you see, the killer could have only escaped to the launchpad, right? Why are you surprised, though? Like, why are you surprised here? No, not here, in this one. Like, yeah, you are angry and you are distressed, but surprised? I think? I don't know if it's this surprise or the surprise in here, right? Let's see. Director Cosmos, why were you so surprised when Detective Anne found you? And again, when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural?
Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions.
Also electromagnetism, the strong force, the weak force, you know, all that stuff.
Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion.
Yes, I'm sure you do. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised by.
Pardon me.
First, you were surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were of course again surprised when she shot at you. But, considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprise reaction is the fact that you were surprised twice, not surprised by something else, more surprised when Arm came. I mean, the surprise twice doesn't make sense because it's like the first surprise is seeing her, and the second one is the shot. Maybe it's this one because of the body, or maybe it's... I don't remember how much surprise there was in his emotions before and after. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you. But the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. Ah. Yes! Yes, gracias por el follow. ¿Cómo andamos? ¿Cómo estamos? The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than by being shot at suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing in there. Before a lot, after a little, yeah. Yep.
The enemy has acquired a new weapon. Commence operation hide under your desk.
Spin. Mira cómo gira. Vale, y me vas a saludar porque estoy maledita y no estoy para leer. Nada, no te preocupes, yes. ¿Qué tal? Espero que estés pasando un buen día, aunque bueno, estás mareadita, pero espero que luego se te pase. Y gracias por pasarte a dejar el follow, de verdad. Muchísimas gracias. Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship. 30%. Almost. Blue Parrot! Omega Blue Parrot, hi! Welcome in. ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Cómo andamos?
Boss, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean...
That we don't have as many Discord pings now. Como que una chorrada. ¿Cómo? Haciendo terapia al tío Sus, Sí, literal.
He really is hiding something about that launchpad door.
And whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape. Todo bien, estoy obsesionado con el Hanje. Procede a girar sin decir nada más. Sí, literal. ¿Qué es el Hanje? ¿Angie? Es que no sé qué es, de verdad, lo siento muchísimo.
I wonder what it could be.
If he was doing something suspicious around that door, maybe we can spot some change between before he came to the room and after. Interesting.
Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. Let's see. This is footage of the door before the Director Cosmos arrived.
Right. Okay.
And this is how the door looked after the Director entered the lounge.
It's the red thing. I see it. Hey, look at that. There is a change. It's definitely different. Yes, Phoenix, in one picture the door is open, and in the other one the door is closed. Un juego tipo Sudoku de hacer imágenes píxel a píxel. O sea, un Picross. ¿No? Director Cosmos.
What is it? What have you two been up to over there?
Finding the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arn found you. That's what. And that answer lies clearly in this footage. All we have to do is compare to the photo that was taken during the investigation.
Don't be ridiculous. If you really do have an answer, you have pointed it out already.
He's asking for it. This is what changed directly after the incident.
Take that!
The answer is this knob.
Ah! That's...
Your Honor, please take a look at this footage.
Oh, let's see.
See, Yerma played one on stream and wanted to try. Ooh, the Miku one. Of course. Of course it's the Miku one. Why is bro spinning? Because spinning is fun. Por Dios, pásame ese juego, Blue Parrot. Yo quiero jugar a eso. Take a look at the knob next to the launchpad door. As you can see, it's horizontal.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
However, when we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical.
Oh, and what does that mean?
It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. Yeah, objection time. I'm trying a normal one though. I see, I see.
Ah!
After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob by the door?
Ah! Fine, I admit it. Right, I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launchpad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions. So, I wanted to move the launchpad away.
You wanted to do what?
Hey, didn't Pogma tell us something about how they prepare for launch? He said that once the launchpad's fully assembled, it's moved to the launch site.
Why are we happy? Why not? Because yesterday I was like, oh, they're going to mention moving the crime scene around or something like that. And it's like, I called it. I freaking called it.
But the safety lock in the boarding launch has to be disengaged first.
I guess that clears up what that knob is for.
Oh, so if the killer escaped in the launchpad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launchpad to the launch site.
I don't think so. The launchpad 1 corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor.
So then, where did the killer escape to?
I guess there are still some things we have to uncover. Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about moving the launchpad in more detail.
Fine, but listen carefully, for I'm about to give history-making testimony.
They stole from Danganronpa again. Nah, Danganronpa stole from Ace Attorney. Nah. I'm thinking about my wife, so I'm happy. I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. Why are you happy? I fear there might be more explosions, so I had to cut the launchpad loose. Surely the only escape the killer had was through launchpad number 1. But that area was a sea of smoke. Confound it! Where on earth could they have gone? Yeah, why are you happy? Like, I get the other ones. Why are you happy? I know that's not something that you ask people, but why are you happy?
Got it!
I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. You make it sound like you were reluctant to do so. And yet, when you did it, you felt some joy, as if you were very pleased with yourself. First one is a bit that, yeah.
Ah! How did you do it? How do you know everything as if you were there?
Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology.
No, Athena, you just have a cheating robot helping you. Why are we happy? So, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? Ah, I get it. You guys were happy because the emotion was happiness, of course. It makes sense. We love you, Widget. We love you. When I think back on the facts we have discovered up to this point, I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda.
Ah, how do you know about that, too?
Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing.
You have no proof that I had a hidden agenda. And even if I did, I would never, ever tell you. So, there.
I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake.
And how could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity?
Silence.
Nameless, Jingle Jangle.
You, a man of integrity, don't make me laugh.
Protector Blackquill. What came over him all of a sudden? Puta, my stomach hurts, I guess I'll die. No, Mars! No, now!
You spotted nothing but falsity since you stepped up to the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatest barefaced liar an honor. Liar?
His words bite harder than his blade.
You moved Launchpad 1 after the explosions? My, so naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you.
Only Christoph Gavin can save me, but there is no Christoph Gavin here, so I guess I'll die. Your stomach is eating you from the inside. Yeah, that's what's happening here. You know, just a thought, but modern English can be your friend.
And here's a thought for you, immediately following the bombing. Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge 1 side. The police confirmed this on scene. What? Liar!
So, that means the director didn't move the launchpad.
Curse my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let us leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to his heart's content. You liar!
Objection!
I miss my wife. I miss her so much. But it doesn't make sense. You can't deny that someone turned that knob. And once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we just might find where the killer escaped to. Ah!
You're sure it must have went somewhere. We just might find out. Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing and wishful thinking.
El Yao sigue ahí todo shocked, literal, pobrecillo.
Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or are you not man enough too, boy?
Gah! Athena fucking laughs at us.
Look about hitting below the belt.
Younglings these days. I don't understand it. I'm sure Director Cosmos must have moved the launchpad. The knob was definitely turned after he came to the launch. The launchpad is right where it's supposed to be. Ah! Wait a minute. Maybe I have it all backwards. What if the director to turn the knob, not to move the launchpad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be?
What are you blathering about?
What if the launchpad was at the launch site before the incident? And then, after the incident, Director Cosmos moved it back to its usual spot. All he had to do was turn the knob to call the launchpad back. And it would be right where the police found it. Gah! No! His hair! Okay, it came back. It grew back. Whippersnapper. By the way, Blackquill can hit me below the belt if he wants. Mars. You would really do that to Nameless? With their husband? Really?
You made him sigh like Mr. Starbuck.
Was what I said really that off base? How did it do that? It has a will of its own, Blue Parrot, of course.
It pains me to have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you, however. Our great liar turned the knob only after he discovered the crime scene. Indeed, the pod existed before the launch. The pod existed beyond the launch when our Astro Wonders made their escape. A fact that has been recorded for posterity on filmless film.
Oh, right.
So, to reiterate,
Uy. Use the hydrate. Gracias, Kate. Nameless can get his own round. ¿Me what? No, que es que Black Quill... Bueno, Athena le ha dicho a Phoenix, wow, Black Quill can hit below the belt. Y Mars ha respondido con Black Quill can hit me below the belt. Y ahora estamos diciendo que por qué... que faltas tú. What did I do? I wasn't even here. No. You didn't do anything. You are innocent. Don't worry.
so, to reiterate, stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is, boy.
Aura, ¿dónde estás, mi amor? Ahí está. Ahí está. Un momento, voy a ponerme el ventilador, gente. I'm going to turn on my fan. So, I will be right back. Alright, I'm here. Turn this on, and... Let it waste time. There we go. Ah, super. Enable esa ultra defensiva para que no les punen, literal. Literal, mira Aura, mírala. Por Dios, Buff. ¡Ah!
Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus. You know the launch pad must have been moved.
But our deductions and the actual facts of the case are in direct contradiction to each other.
Well, maybe the two astronauts never actually boarded the rocket. This footage could be fake, taken with body doubles after the incident or something.
No, that's a bit of a stretch.
On second thought, that is too far-fetched, even for me.
On the second thought, that is too far-fetched, even for me. Never actually boarded the rocket.
Hey, wait a minute.
Maybe, just maybe.
Huh?
Prosecutor Blackquill,
What if I told you that the two astronauts never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went into another place? And what if when the director moved launch pad number 1 back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then?
cut the existential bull, or I will cut you.
Mr. Right, you will explain yourself at once. Me voy a tomar un ratito, disfruten. Vale, Kate. Te gritaremos si viene Aura. I miss my wife and Apollo and his himbo boyfriend. See. I know I'm right. It was all the other way around from the beginning.
Very well, Your Honor.
Let me explain. Director Cosmos' reason for moving the launchpad 1 was to hide it, switch it with another place, to trap the true killer. Chat, they switched the museum and the launchpad. Genius.
Because he wanted to switch it with some other place.
I'm sorry, but did you say switch it? What he could possibly have switched the launchpad with?
Oh, you would be surprised, Your Honor.
All it takes is little thinking outside the box, and the answer becomes clear as day.
This is what was switched with launchpad number 1.
The Space Museum.
Take that!
I know I'm right, bitch, that's your name.
Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum.
In the past, the Space Museum used to be Launchpad number 2. It has all the same features as Launchpad 1, and can even be moved to the launch site. Meaning,
The Space Museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other.
You can't mean...
The rocket the astronauts boarded was not the one in Launchpad 1. It was the one in the Space Museum!
Think outside the box!
Boulder Dash! Boulder Dash!
What does that mean?
And yet, it's the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency. This is how the Space Center was just before the incident.
I see Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum have already switched places.
That's right. And with the two switches like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from boarding Launch 1. This allowed the true killer to enter Launchpad 1 from boarding Launch 2 and set the bomb on the rocket.
Come to think of it, the door to the Space Museum from boarding Launch 2... Welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 AM to 7 PM.
Exactly. Anyone could pass through the door to the Space Museum. There is no fingerprint recognition system on that door. Recorcholis! Smash. In other words, with the two launchpad switches like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb. Gah! After setting the bomb on the rocket, the culprit snuck into boarding Launch 1 and waited there, concealed, in order to kill Mr. Terran when the two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. Recall that Miss Blackwell, Mr. Starbuck, and the director all saw a suspicious figure, who, we can suppose, after killing Mr. Terran, made their escape into the Space Museum. After that, Director Cosmos switched the two launchpads back, without realizing the killer was inside the Space Museum. The killer then left the Space Museum and made a clean getaway. Right, Dono. I see you know how to handle a sword, and handle it well. Perhaps I should call you Sword Master Bluff. I'm a seasoned warrior who has cut down many a prosecutor.
Silence!
But unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword. That's right! You have no proof I switched the launch pads. Somebody needs a better anger management counselor.
If the launch pads really were switched, there might be a record of it somewhere.
At this point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other.
So, the corridor beyond the door should be the one that belongs to the Space Museum. Let's see. This is an image of the Launchpad 1 corridor. Do you see anything different than when we compare it to the security footage?
Even in space, safety first. Huh? That's the number on the floor. Nani? Well, what did you know? It looks like we have proof after all, pursued the Blackwell. And if this is just another bluff? Oh, don't worry. It's all right here. Right in this footage. Prove that, beyond this door, is the corridor to the Space Museum. You know how to handle a sword. Say thanks to Miles for that, exactly.
Very well then, answer this for me if you would. What in this footage proves that the corridor belongs to the Space Museum?
The number 2.
Take that!
There's a 1 on the floor of the Launchpad 1 corridor. But take a look at the floor of the corridor in the security footage. Do you see the number on the floor behind the astronauts? It doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's because what you see is actually part of a 2. What? Why is it a 2 and not a 1? That's because the corridor you see is the one to the Space Museum. Ah!
And so that means... the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke.
That's right, because the explosions didn't occur in the Space Museum. The explosion occurred in Launchpad 1, on the side opposite to the Space Museum,
And now that we know the two astronauts escaped from the Space Museum, the mystery from the previous trial of how they got down the ladder is cleared up. Mr. Terran, carrying Mr. Starbuck, simply took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level.
Just incredible. The two launch pads were actually switched. But you would think someone would have noticed an event of this magnitude.
Everyone was down in the basement shelter when the launch pads were swapped back. There is no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface. Aura was outside though. Maybe Aura is the killer. Nice. No more lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time. You told us the truth.
My honor, my glory, everything's slipping away. Time to deploy my ultimate weapon, galactic engine. Ignition. What? It's gone haywire.
Oh, no, there he goes. There it goes.
My stars, my glory. Gah! No, not that way.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bailey, on your steed after that witness.
Activó el Ignite, literal. Oh, no. Poor guy.
Ah, I see we managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm.
Director Cosmos, do you admit you switched the launch pads?
I admit it, it's true. I switched Launchpad 1 for the Space Museum. Ah, it is good to hear words I can believe for a change.
Before you do, Your Honor, two things. First, we don't know if Mr. Terran had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he wasn't aware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. Either way, Mr. Terran would have realized the instant he stepped into the Space Museum that it had been switched with Launchpad 1. So my first question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why did Mr. Terran feel the need to put on such a dramatic display? As for my second question, I would like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the two launch pads to begin with.
This... I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent. But I will say, my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast.
The director is terrified. He must have one heck of a reason for not wanting to explain why.
Probably not a good time to try to pry it out of him, huh?
Excuse me, but would you mind if I picked up my stars? Without my badge or rank, I'm nothing. I don't see why not. Hey, Leaf, help the director retrieve his stars.
Poor him. I feel so bad for Clay. Poor man died, yeah.
It appears the possibility of a culprit other than the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say?
I don't get it.
Don't get it. What don't you get?
Director, why did you do all that? From the very beginning, you never meant for the launch to go ahead, did you? You tricked us! Mr. Starbuck.
Starbuck, my boy, I'm sorry. I can't tell you the reason why. But I had to do it to protect the Space Center.
Director! Will I ever get the chance to go into space again?
Yes. Yes, of course. I want to rest until it happens.
Oh, look at them. They're all so happy. Who is the one on the right? Who is the one on the far right?
I will get you into space again, my boy.
Then the dream is still alive. Clay.
Silence.
Oh no. Bro, wait for the game to tell you.
You are not going to space, Starbuck. But prison. I won't have it any other way.
Why are you so hung up on him?
Yes, I accept that the launch pads really were switched. And if there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. But I have yet to see proof of this third person's escape via the Space Museum.
Oh, that's a good point.
Ah, it's right.
I don't have any proof.
Starbuck, you will spill everything you know.
What? Me? Nah.
Where did you get those bombs? Tell me now. If you don't, my blade shall feast on your blood.
This is just badgering the defendant. Did he fuck your sister? Who do you think she is? No idea. At this point, genuinely no idea. They haven't mentioned her at all. But probably, she's probably she must be the victim from the case of 7 years ago or something like that. If I'm going to die, I want to die in space. I have to do something.
Solomon Starbuck, prepare yourself.
Ah!
Oh. Now, you know violence isn't the answer, Prosecutor Blackquill. That annoyingly cheerful laugh. It can be none other than... Some bit of righteousness, Bobby Fulbright here. Injustice we trust. Detective Fulbright. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late. I don't believe we had an appointment. I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. And then I had to break up a cat fight. I tell ya, justice sure is a full-time job. Was it a fight between cats, or...
Why are you here again?
Because the defendant isn't the culprit, and I came to make sure that justice is served.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Fulbright, I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. Wow, but have you finally succumbed? Nope, but it looks like you have succumbed to this phantom of yours. Open your eyes, and let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment. What evidence?
Come to think of it, he did say something about finding us some evidence.
Thanks to you two. Thanks you two. I feel a lot better now that I have been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you.
¿Y ese maltrato por qué? Porque iba a matar el... Mira, tu esposo iba a apuñalar a nuestro cliente. Not in my head she's bi. His sister is a lesbian. Y ese maltrato por qué hace justicia por tu marido, Nameless. Matar está mal. I can't see her liking men, to be honest. Me ven saltando al imbécil este. She just gives me those mean lesbian girl boss vibes. Trae para acá el taso que te lo meto por el culo. Están las esposas, sí. El taso está en las esposas. Me la suda Zark. Vale. Perdón. Ya me callo.
I didn't think he was serious though.
So, what is it, detective? Is it something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent? It is indeed. Have a look at this.
What is this? A lighter?
That's right. A letter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. The Space Museum's cleaning robot picked it up. It has the victim Clay Terran's blood on, along with his killer fingerprints on it. What? Ah!
I'm going to suffer a heart attack from this game. Order! Order! Detective Fulbright, can I assume that the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant?
You bet! Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent.
This is it. This is just what I needed. Later added to the court record.
Your Honor, this is decisive evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
What the fuck do you mean explain myself? It has the killer's fingerprints. With pleasure, Your Honor.
Recall where this letter was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that after the killer murdered Mr. Terran, they escaped with letter in hand into the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. Then, finally, the killer left through boarding lounge 2 and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found in boarding lounge 1 after the murder. A fact that Director Cosmos has testified to. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have possibly been the one to drop the lighter there.
Silence.
Se viene, brace, brace, brace. Oh, no way, no one could have guessed. What a plot twist. What is happening?
The defendant had free reign of the area until Director Cosmos appeared. Could he not have dropped the lighter in the Space Museum during that span of time?
Objection!
You would like that to be true, wouldn't you? But Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with a lighter, he went into the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. In other words, Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had the time to double back to the museum. No, Director Blackquill. This letter could have only have been dropped by the real killer. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this letter. I think you understand what this means, don't you? This piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit. This does indeed appear to be decisive evidence that proves the defense's claims. As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, we can assume it was planted by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck.
No. There must be some mistake. Frankly, Prosecutor Blackquill, I've been worried about you. You've been chasing this phantom for 7 whole years. I understand your urgency because tomorrow...
Silence.
Tomorrow?
Fulbright, you promised never to speak of that.
Huh? Tomorrow? What about tomorrow? Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say the defendant is innocent. In light of the fact that it was impossible for him to have committed the crime. A few unanswered questions remain, so I look forward to seeing what you two uncover. But for now, this court finds the defendant, Solomon Starbuck, not guilty! And the fingerprints are off? Give me a name, yeah. ¿Estás preparado, Zark? No. Is the bomb going to go off right now, again? Come on, where's that objection? Oh, yeah, something's happening. Huevo yo ahora. Llegaste para el momento más plot twist, aparentemente, Isanz. No, the moment of trials, yeah, each trial ago.
Yes, we did it, Mr. Wright.
Looks like we pulled it off somehow, huh? With some help from the Detective Fulbright.
Mr. Wright, Miss Segis, thank you.
And please, thank Apollo for me too. Is Apollo going to show up and be like, no, you are the culprit, Starbuck, or something like that? You all are the best.
Oh, I wish we could tell Apollo about Mr. Starbuck's verdict right now.
Yeah, me too. But that's going to have to wait. Now that a verdict has been reached, I would like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned.
Objection!
Yep. There it is. It's too late to object, isn't it?
It simply isn't possible. Something's wrong.
Pursuit of Blackquill. Are you dissatisfied with the verdict?
Fulbright! What were the results of the fingerprint analysis for the later? Oh, the results! Oh, well, I was in a hurry, you see. And then there was that scut fight. And, well... oh. I kinda got carried away when I heard the prince went Mr. Starbucks, so... You have yet to read it? Let's look at the Blackquill. Can you read out who the prince belonged to? Upon thorough analysis, the fingerprints
Clay?
were found to belong to Athena Psyches.
What? The fuck? Nameless. La culpable, según el mechero que tenía el asesino, es Athena.
So says the report.
What?
What?
Me?
We are all going to jail. Nunca confío en ella, pero ¿qué dice? The moment of silence. Athena, what did you do? Order, I say! Order! Miss Psyches, tell me you have an explanation for this. We just finished proving that this letter could only belong to the killer. So, finding your prints on it can only lead us to one grave conclusion.
I don't know how they got on there, but I know I'm not the culprit.
Hey, bitches and bros and non-binary hoes.
Nameless! Thank you for the raid. It's the perfect moment for this. Oh god. Mwah. Mwah pa ti. God, everyone go follow Nameless. Lo sé, tengo el mejor timing, literal. What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, the moment of silence before the what the fuck is like peak comedy.
This can't be happening. We built upon our argument piece by piece. And I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. So, how could it have led to this?
Later updated in the court record. Girl! What have I done? Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Order! Order! Detective Fulbright, stop your crying.
What in the world is happening here? It's like the world's gone mad.
Order! Order! I will have order!
Confusion spiraled into utter chaos. After all we had fought for, the truth had turned cruelly on us to accuse Athena of the crimes. Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We had stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness.
Fulbright, this is your fault. Ah! Okay, so the thing just ends like that. Okay. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Nah, no, he's not. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. So let's just take it easy for a while, chat. Let's just unwind down, please. I'm going to the bathroom, so I will be right back. All right? I'm going to put on some music for you guys. There we go. If I'll be right back. Maybe. No. Okay, I return. I return. Hello, chat. Hello. Game over. Yep, game over. Let me catch up on... Yeah, qué buen caso, por Dios. What a good case, actually. He's very showy. My dad, son, boyfriend is about to arrive. Blue Parrot, ¿qué? No sé de quién estás hablando. Dark is so bamboozled. Wait. I think I know who you mean. No! That's what you get for sending moi randomly in chat like that in chat. In the worst time too. You have a forger, you have a murderer. What crime will Apollo commit at the agency? Homosexuality. Alright, let me get back to the game. There we go. Turnabout for tomorrow. Episode 5. Turnabout for tomorrow. I was too dark because of the raid. Rude, gay, yes. No one can escape their past. Ah, yes. Trauma. Kazuma? The sins we have committed. And the sadness we have caused. No matter how far we run, our past remains, as ever present as the moon in the sky. Are we going to the fucking moon? Yeah, lawyers are bad people, Phoenix. What does the moon have to do with all of this? Moon trial, moon trial. It looms in wait for the day when we are forced to face it. But only in doing so we can truly make peace and move on, in hope, towards tomorrow. Notice how I said hope in orange. ¿Para qué tanta venda, Dios mío? Por la explosión, imagino. Yo qué sé. Son personajes de anime. December 20th, 1:23 p.m. Write anything agency. Mark, tu niña. They took Athena from the courtroom straight to the station. She's probably being questioned at this very moment. No. After this past year, I took it for granted that those two would always be here. Now, Apollo has gone off on his own to seek his own truth. And in my pursuit of the truth, only ended up with Athena becoming the new suspect. Some boss I turned out to be. Trucy! Mark! Mark! Where are you? Mark? Happy Mark Day! Mark! Mark, where are you?
It's even quieter in here than usual.
Jingle, jangle. Your girl, Mark, tu niña. Yeah. Seems so empty, too.
I just don't get it, Daddy. All your reasoning during the trial seemed perfectly solid.
Yeah. I still believe it was. At least, based on what we know.
But now, Athena is the one who's being accused.
During the trial for the bombing and murder that occurred at the Cosmos Space Center. the lighter used by the real culprit was found. This lighter proved the defendant, Solomon Starbuck, innocent. But Athena's prints were found on it instead. And she was subsequently arrested for the murder. Ah, yes, if I remember correctly, Trucy will be your assistant. ¿Cómo? Mark, feliz cumpleaños, me cago en todo. Has ganado. Mark, you win. You won. Tu niña, la tua bambina, your daughter. All the ladies getting arrested except for Trucy. Trucy stands tall above them all. Mark, que es posible que Trucy sea la acompañante de este caso. Mark, you are winning today. It's logical. Athena is arrested and Apollo is in edge mode. Yeah. Mark, feliz cumpleaños. Happy birthday, Mark.
But Athena couldn't have done it. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, none of it does. It's been racking my brain, but I just can't figure it out. Was the flaw in my reasoning? What have I got wrong in this case?
You know, Daddy, if Athena was here, she wouldn't just be sitting around thinking. She would be out there doing something. You are going to defend Athena, right, Daddy?
Of course I will. And thanks, Trucy. I need that push. Trucy's theme. Big regalo. The music. It's Trucy's theme. Me tienes que estar chambeando, así que si sale mi esposo me gritan. Ok, Nameless. Que te lo pases bien chambeando.
Trucy's right. The trial is tomorrow. There's no time to waste.
If I'm going to prove Athena's innocence, I'd better get out there. Find some evidence.
Off we go then. We're in a hunt for evidence that will prove Athena's innocence.
Great. But before we go, I'd better tie up the evidence I have on hand. Athena is probably still in the middle of being questioned. So, Trucy's right. The thing to start with is talking to people at the Space Center. Sí, vale, es verdad, Mark. Hemos encontrado el mechero que usaba el... Ay, no. Publicidad no. Me tienes... Vale, ¿cómo que hacen esta presa? Han matado al amigo de Apolo. No. No. I believe in her innocence, yeah. I believe in Athena as well. Injustice we trust. Estoy, vale. Bobby Fulbright, el detective, encontró el mechero. Supuestamente uno de los robots de limpieza lo tenía, ¿vale? Eso ya me hace sospechar de Alma. De Aura, perdón. En fin. Vamos. Encontró el mechero. Y el mechero tenía la sangre de Clay y las huellas dactilares de Athena. Thank you for the Lord Mass. Hope you enjoy it. Esto de que no te dejen estar con tu cliente mientras estás siendo interrogado es muy Japón, sí. This is going to be like the OG trial. Oh god, you're right. Oh god, oh fuck. Anyways. Y por esto la han arrestado. Y Trucy se viene con nosotros. Así que bueno, algo es bueno, ¿no? Trucy, you're back.
Daddy, you should be careful around showing evidence to a magician.
That's true. You can make anything disappear.
Well, anything up to about a yard in diameter anyway. My magic panties are an extra-dimensional space.
I guess only a space probe can help us figure out how they work then, huh? No. No.
I guess presenting your attorney's badge is like your quick trick, huh, Daddy?
So it's just a trick to you, huh?
Well, you are one of the talents in our writing anything agency after all. But I have to say that an attorney's badge won't get any laughs.
I don't care if I don't get laughs, as soon as I can clear my client's name.
Hahaha, that's a good one, Daddy.
I'm no match for you, though, Trucy. Aww. Father and daughter going together to investigate. Padre e hija investigando juntos, Dios mío. Can you check the lighter? No, I cannot. For some reason, in this game, you cannot investigate the things. Like, see, it's like no, there's nothing. No examination button. Hay que sacar la competencia, digo... En el Día del Padre, además. Not the P-word. The P-word returns sadly, but you know. We get Trucy as well. Injustice I thrust, hard and raw, just like how he likes it. Damn. Damn it, Mars, damn. Llevando a la niña a ver una escena del crimen. Sip. Pick. Pick. Director Cosmos, do you have a minute?
Ah. Galactic Corner. Full speed ahead.
Director! He scooted away.
His expression changed the instant he saw you, Daddy.
Yeah, well, I dragged his name through the mud pretty good at the trial earlier today. Oh, no. La familia de Trucy pasó de Guaterara a Guate más rara. Cuando pasó el caso, sí. Literal. Hello, sexy old man. Okay, the boarding lounge. Let's see. We were here only yesterday. Oh, hey! Hey! Mr. Starbuck, you've been released, huh?
Yep, and I came straight here. This all thanks to you and your team, Mr. Wright. You've given me a second chance to fly into space again. I can't thank you enough. Except...
What's wrong? I thought he would be happy to be acquitted.
As I was coming out of the detention center, I saw Miss Psyche's.
He saw Athena?
I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say to the poor girl. And then, you know what? She flashed a peace sign at me. Congratulations on your acquittal, she said. Now you can go back into space someday.
Yeah, that sounds like Athena. I can just picture it.
But I saw her eyes. They were red and swollen from crying.
No! No!
She's gotta be suffering. She must be so worried. And yet, she went out of her way to be nice and give me that big smile.
Mira, Trucy, aquí ha muerto alguien, aquí hay un cachito de su masa cerebral, aquí está el charco de sangre. Let us on the chair. We have earned the chair. No, no. Athena!
She held back her own tears so she could give someone else a smile. That's so Athena.
There's no question about it. That girl is innocent. Please, Mr. Wright. You have to make sure she goes free. And then, they can put me in prison instead. I don't mind.
We can't have that either, Mr. Starbuck. Don't worry, Mr. Starbuck. I'm going to give her the very best defense I can. I promise to get her acquitted. Just like I did for you.
I know she'll be alright with you in her corner. I know you will never give up on her. Apollo has a fine boss to look up to.
About the murder.
I still can't believe Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum.
What could have made Director Cosmos do such a thing?
I haven't the foggiest idea. So, there never was gonna be a launch that day. Not from the very beginning. I wonder if Clay knew.
I imagine he must have. Surely he would have noticed when you went to board the rocket.
It's pathetic to think I was the only one who got taken in.
No, Athena, no, girl boss, no. She slays, but not people. She doesn't slay people, she just slays. ¿Este es el último día o es que empezó otro caso? Sí, empezó otro caso. Este es el caso 5. Que es salvar a Athena, básicamente. O sea, el caso 4 y el 5 están unidos en uno solo, más o menos. So cases 4 and 5 seem to be like linked together, which is, you know, interesting.
But I guess that's about how it goes when you're worth less than space debris.
Is he going to be alright, Daddy? His expression looks like dark as a black hole.
Trucy, I have missed you so much. Welcome back. Well, that's just how he is. The murderer. No, Trucy, he's going through it. Mr. Starbuck, do you remember anything about the murderer?
Not really. I only saw a shadowy figure in the dark after all.
Yeah, I guess that was a little too much to hope for.
Hey, I heard something from the police though. They said they never did find a 10 caliber gun down at that trash chute.
Just as I thought. The culprit must have carried it away with them when they escaped.
So, was the person you saw holding a gun, Mr. Starbuck?
I couldn't really tell.
But it wasn't Athena, right? Could you tell if this person was male or female, short or tall or short?
I can't even tell you that much. Man, I'm useless. When the culprit opened the door and some light came in, I should have been able to see.
The door. Ah, yes. As I recall, they opened this door here as they made their escape.
The door to Launchpad 1, right?
Yeah, except right now, the door leads to the Space Museum.
You mean the Launchpad and the Space Museum are switched right now?
Yeah, they're trying to investigate the theory you came up with in court.
So, they are recreating the conditions, huh? I would like to see what's beyond that door now. Mr. Starbuck, could you open this door for us?
Sure, just let me have my print scan here.
He's another kind of met Strucy. Even though you two don't know you are related. Strucy, sometimes people get very sad for very long explanation of depression. Here, Starbuck, you need this. Let's see. Imagine if Phoenix started calling them your brothers as sister before telling them and they thought it was just an endearing thing. Oh, Taylor Swift. Nice. Interesting. Switching the launch pads. Do the launch pads get switched back and forth a lot?
Well, back when the Space Museum was Launchpad 2, they used to switch the paths around at times.
But these days, Launchpad 2 is only used as a tourist attraction, right?
Right. Because, quite frankly, the Space Center needs the money.
I hear you. Times sure are tough.
Daddy, let's go check out what's beyond that door.
Sure, let's go.
Hey, why don't they come along? I can show you around.
Starbuck would be a Swiftie? Ah. Huh? I wonder what these dead leaves are doing here.
Maybe they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes. There are lots of trees around the Space Center.
She's right. It's a modern state-of-the-art building, but it's surrounded by trees. But I don't know. If they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes, wouldn't they look more crushed up? These don't look like they have been stepped on.
Maybe there's some kind of secret hatch in the corridor. And they came in that way?
Not everything is set up like a magician's stage, you know. Let her cook. Phoenix, let her cook. So, this is another of those devices for opening the door, huh?
Yep, but this one doesn't require fingerprint verification. Just hit the big button and open sesame.
So, when you and Clay went through here, you didn't need to show your prints either.
That's right, Trucy. It's just like how the culprit didn't need to scan their prints when they escaped back out the Space Museum corridor into boarding lounge 2. Apollo listening to My Chemical Romance in the emo phase, sure does. About Apollo, hey Thark, remember when you said this last case had a lot of Apollo? Can you tell me where he is? Shut up. Shut up. That was last stream, not this stream. Athena listening to the darkest, weirdest metal you've ever heard. It's relaxing. Yeah, exactly. Athena is listening to the Ultra Kill OST. Well, I don't see anything else that jumps out at me. And I imagine this corridor is built exactly like the Launchpad 1 corridor. No, I want to present something. Do you know anything about this piece of evidence?
No, sorry, I'm so useless.
Right. If Clay knew that they were in the Space Museum, why would he bother grabbing the Hope capsule? And what was it doing up there anyways? Let's see. No, tell me, where is Apollo?
It drowns the voices. They always used to cheerfully greet me in a loud voice.
And he did vocal exercises every morning, sometimes until he was hoarse, right?
Exactly. You could always hear him, even through the wall. Hey, wait a minute. Did you know Clay?
No, but like attracts like, as they say. Right. We have presented everything. So I guess we move back to the entrance? Sure thing he's a bit useless. Poor guy, let him be. He's trying his best.
Ugh! Curse the wretch who shouted my good name! Commence course, and full speed away! Director Cosmos, wait!
I'll handle this, Daddy. Take that!
Trucy, did you just pull out a knife? Was that a knife that I heard being thrown around? Please. Please let it be a knife.
The mobility system has been compromised!
Trucy's knife throw was a direct hit to one of his tires. Take that! Trucy. Oh god, Thark. God forbid women do stuff. I know.
And the streak continues.
Trucy, you scared me sometimes. Good for you.
Ve.
Maybe I should have kept a closer watch on what tricks she's been practicing. Look at her! Look at her!
Ve.
Mark, estás comiendo muy bien tu cumpleaños.
My dear old battleship, we fought many skirmishes together. It has been an honor.
Daddy, he's going to blow up that thing up.
Nah, I bet all that button will do is make it go haywire again.
Very well. I surrender. As a prisoner of war, I expect to be treated honorably.
Switching the launch pads. Director Cosmos, when you were talking in court about switching the launch pad, you used your right to remain silent about the reason as to why. Sí.
The center of the cosmos is shrouded in mystery, but I don't have any secrets left. Now that my battleship has been destroyed, and I have been taken prisoner,
Ooh, Psychilocks. No secrets left, huh? I beg to differ. Looks like I'll have to undo his Psychilocks if I want to get to the bottom of this.
Take that!
No! Well, anyways. Sí, es un poco dramas. I wanted to save. Thank you. Behind the switching of the launch pads. I want you to tell me everything you're hiding about the switching of the two launch pads.
I refuse. You can't make me. I can hold up longer than anyone.
I hope I never get like this when I'm old. Now, let's see. The Asmagatama is back, yep. Where to start? This is how you explain your motive for switching the launch pads. You did it to fool the bomber, to prevent the bombing, to save the astronauts. I don't think it was to save them, because the bombs already went off. So it must be to fool the bomber? You said your motive was to fool the bomber, right? No. Okay, maybe it was to save... Like, by save, does he mean saving them from the bombs? Or saving them from the... from being accused as the murderer?
No, by then the bomb had already been set. Switching the launch pads after the fact would have done nothing to fool the bomber.
Huh? Oh, I guess I got it wrong. To save the astronauts then? Thanks to you switching the launch pads, the astronauts escape injury from the blast. Instead, they safely boarded the museum's rocket, far away from the actual explosion. Okay, Right, I think, yeah, it was before, yeah.
Huh. My astronauts were ready to go out on an authentic adventure in space. How do you propose I had them board that fake rocket without them noticing?
I agree you couldn't have done it without help. For one, they would have figured it out the instant they stepped into the Space Museum. You figured you could fool Mr. Starbuck once he had been drugged with his medication, but without the help of this person, it would have been impossible to pull your plan off.
Take that!
You must have gotten Mr. Terran to help you.
Ugh!
He stole the tranquilizers from his mentor's locker and slipped them to him. And then, with Mr. Starbuck in a daze, they boarded the replica rocket in the museum.
Gah! Someone please help this poor prisoner of war!
How is he able to spin around like that? If you really wanted to save the astronauts' lives, shouldn't you have just called off the launch?
If I could have done that, you think I would have gone to all that trouble?
I guess he must have had a compelling reason to why he couldn't call it off. But how did you know to switch the paths in advance of the bombing incident?
Well, that's because... I was warned in advance. Once I received that warning, it was my duty to ensure my astronauts' safety.
Adios people, have a good day, Stelline. Bye Mars, have a good night, have a nice rest of your evening. I hope it's a good one. But it was just a warning. It could even have been a prank. Why did you believe in it so completely?
Because I went to one of those mediums that everyone's talking about these days.
Oh? I didn't realize channeling was back in vogue. Besides, I thought it was you yourself that got the warning via telephone. Arrivederci. Oh, he went to see Maya, of course, that makes more sense.
Yes, that's right. The bomber contacted me personally. My battleship is equipped with a special advanced communication system, you see.
AKA a regular old telephone.
It's been a while. And another launch? I see you haven't learned. I'll never forget the terror I felt when I received that call.
The bomber said, it's been a while? And that was enough to make you take the threat seriously. Perhaps Director Cosmos took the threat so seriously because the Space Center had been involved in a bombing once before. Maybe the culprit in the current case is the same person who was involved in this incident. The courtroom number 4 bombing, the Hat 1 miracle, the Hat 2 bombing. The Hat 1 miracle. That epic story of survival. People across the nation know it now as a heroic tale of bravery. But in truth, it was an act of sabotage perpetrated by our current killer, wasn't it? Very few knew about the previous plot, so when the caller said it's been a while, you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the danger was real, and it wasn't a prank.
Gah! Did anyone ever tell you to go on easy on an ex-serviceman? Yes, the Hat 1 miracle was really a desperate battle against an act of sabotage. I even lost the life of one of my staff members in the fight.
Ah, there she is. Sabotage, murder. So this is the ugly truth behind the Hat 1 miracle.
I let my guard down. I thought the saboteur had been caught, and that the cave was closed.
Huh? Wait a minute. The murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. This must be the person Director Cosmos thought was the culprit. Blackquill.
Take that!
Simon Blackquill. Murder suspect in a case that happened here 7 years ago. The place and time of the two incidents, the murder and the sabotage, were the same. So you thought that he committed both crimes. But, while Prosecutor Blackquill was behind bars, you got another threatening call. If the culprit this time is the same as 7 years ago, then it isn't Simon Blackquill. Realizing that, you were shaken. It meant the true culprit has been running free all this time. Joder con el Ted Kaczynski de este mundo. Y mi esposo. Literal. Gola nameless.
Ugh. How do you keep saying straight through me?
Nice. The reason why Director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched the launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Hat 1 miracle. The sabotage and murder that happened at this space center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell us what you're hiding. No, I'm angry. If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch the launch pads. We'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare. From 7 years ago. 7 years ago. You mean the so-called Hat 1 game! We already know, you don't have to repeat it 7 times for us. The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then the troubles began. It was all the handiwork of a certain person, and their evil scheme. So, Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental. Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered.
Oh! I had no idea such awful events were behind that exciting story of space heroism.
All that, in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You couldn't even smuggle a withered old leaf through those checkpoints. So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage? Sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy.
A spy? You mean somebody who infiltrates in a foreign country? Carries out dangerous missions? And always gets a girl?
Drusi, what movies have you been watching? Someone's watching way too many late night movies! Me, Phoenix Wright. Hey boys, there's a spy. Spy in the red? A blue spy in red base? One. Red spy in the base. Well, I guess if we're talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not all that surprising that a spy could be behind it all. The spy. A spy? Are they eventing? That'd be this fucking cinema, yep. I mean, they must be venting. They must be the sassy baka. Make no mistake. There's cutthroat rivalry between nations and the space R&D race. Some try to outdo others by any means possible. Even deliberate obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning us of sabotage. The same MO as this time. Yes, and here I thought the perpetrator had been caught. But it looks like I was wrong.
Basically, Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think?
And ninjas and spies basically the same thing. But there's a good reason we failed to find the real spy. A massive cover-up by the government. Government officials were too embarrassed to admit that they had allowed such a thing to happen at the hands of a spy. Don't tell me they made the police rush the investigation. They did indeed. Then, to cover up the sabotage, they cleaned up the story. And that was the Hat 1 miracle, wasn't it? But then, 7 years later, same MO, advance warning of sabotage. Also, if the spy's Lloyd, then he can go free. Nah, I don't think Lloyd is behind this. No, they are backstabbing, going invisible, disguising as our own fellows, and worst of all, fucking the scout's mother. Literal. That's literally it. That must have been the director's reason for switching the launch pad. Just like 7 years ago. 7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warning of their plans, just like this time. That was what made you decide to switch the launch pads, wasn't it? That's right. The caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago, despite the cover-up. They knew about the sabotage, the moon rock, the murder, and they said, "You don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, do you?" I immediately thought of calling off the launch, but the government wouldn't let me.
We don't give in to the legs of terrorists. We must proceed for our country's honor. It was quite a moving speech, actually.
Moving? Really? Maybe you're easily inspired by political talking points.
But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. And I knew that there was no way to stop the spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. That's why I switched the launch pads and staged the moving rescue scene. First, I snuck into the center the night before and switched the launch pads. That way, the astronauts would go from boarding launch 1 to the Space Museum. Then, I put a close for repair sign at the door to launch pad 1 in boarding launch 2.
You did that so normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do? Are you sure Lloyd isn't behind it? Or is it Sunrise? I don't know. Maybe.
I enlisted the help of several staff members, including Terran.
But you didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it?
He's already been through enough. And he's not good at lying to keep a secret. I'm afraid I had no choice but to have him drugged. My plan went well until...
Clay's murder, huh?
After the corporate made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one would find out. But, after all that effort, the run is dead, and the Hut 2 is destroyed. And the Hope capsule, which had returned to us only recently, was also lost in that blast. My home, the center of this cosmos. My beautiful Cosmos Space Center is done for.
Wait, what did he mean by the Hope capsule was lost in that blast? The Hope capsule? I thought that the Hope capsule was found at the crime scene with Mr. Terran. It had just been brought back by the Hope space probe with asteroid samples inside. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are analysis, we haven't had time, yeah.
The capsule was being held in a safe in Launchpad 1. But I gave it to Terran before the incident, so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was that, with it safely in Terran's possession, he could make it look like he rescued it during the stage's miraculous escape. But our precious research materials ended up lost to that explosion anyway.
But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe.
You misunderstand. The launchpad explosion wasn't the one the capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated it as evidence. It was the courtroom bombing from the other day.
Oh, I see. Ojalá, pero están desarrollando otro juego para sustituirlo. ¿Cómo?
The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence, and was blown to smithereens.
Yet another casualty of that blast. No he visto nada del juego que se filtra de Valve. No, ¿y qué hacemos con los hombres y skins?
Ultimately, I think the corporate may have known about the switching of the launch pads.
What? How?
The police found a wiretapping device during their investigation today.
Oh no.
A bug aboard my battleship. A tap on my advanced communication system.
A wire on that phone?
Yes. A wire on this very phone. I used this phone to give instructions to my staff about the launchpad switch. Just to the few select members who knew about the plan. Just before the incident, staff members were coming in and out of launchpad 1. The culprit probably slipped in with them amid the confusion.
And planted the bomb then. Deadlock. Yes, if they were tapping your phone, they definitely could pull something like that off. So, you really think the same spies behind this incident and did one 7 years ago?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Then, this spy must be the phantom Prosecutor Blackwell has been chasing. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once.
The hunt has been on for the phantom of 7 years past, continues even still. For starters, that case happened right here at this big space center too.
So, if we can find this phantom,
That's right. You can clear Athena's name. And then there's the matter of Prosecutor Blackwell too.
what about him?
Well, if the culprit of 7 years ago is the same person as in the current incident, it would mean Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. That's still an if, though.
I wonder how dangerous that guy would be in court without handcuffs. But if we're going on a ghost hunt, count me in.
Trucy, I love you so much. El planeta F12 que ya tiene más de 15 años. Ojalá hiciesen como Counter-Strike 2 y lo autorizasen para sacarse uno nuevo con Source 2, pero no tiene pinta. Buh, se parece a Overwatch.
It's all over for me. Spin, spin, whirl, whirl, I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed.
Do you think he's going to be alright, Daddy?
Well, at least he'll be in good company. There must be planets out there he can spin with. No. Trucy es un agente del caos. Mi hija, básicamente. Dios mío, Mark, ¿cómo estás comiendo en tu cumpleaños? De verdad. Que me alegro mucho por ti. Pero muchísimo. Which reminds me, I would like to delve a little deeper into the Hat One mission too.
If you want to learn more, start with the Space Museum. There's a Hot One exhibit there. Oh, don't mind me, I'll just keep spinning here and see how the cosmos unfolds.
It's like he achieves spiritual enlightenment or something.
I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Museum. Spin! Look at him go.
What a shame, truly. Clay was so young. He was an astounding man who could have contributed greatly to the future of mankind.
He was an exceptional man, wasn't he?
If he had gone into space, my reputation would have grown even loftier. Why did he have to die before he went into space?
Someone needs to teach him he's not the literal center of the cosmos.
Mankind's crowning achievement, the Hot One mission, will be in textbooks across the land.
Wow, that's historic, huh?
My achievements are great enough to rival the very birth of space itself. My life will be a legend that will be told, millions of years into the future. You may proceed to admire and praise me now.
Haha, you certainly are an amazing piece of work. Okay, enough of him. You spin me right round, baby, right? Como freno de golpe, literal. He literally just stopped. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center, Space Museum.
Let's see, where's the exhibit on the launched 7 years ago?
There, that's the Hot One exhibition.
Oh wow, look at that photo of the team.
Yeah, she's the victim. There's Clay and Mr. Starbuck, Director Cosmos, Aura Blackwell, and even Ponko. But I've never seen the woman on the right before.
Everybody looks so happy. Well, except for the Director Cosmos.
Let's check out the newspaper article too. Hot One launch imminent. And there's a photo of the Hope space probe. There's a katana. Aura. Oh, hola Kate. ¿Cómo es? ¿Cómo andamios? Cada vez más cerca del Almost Christmas, literal. ¿Cómo spawnea Kate? Spawnea, literal. Hot One launch imminent. And there is a photo of the Hope space probe. I guess it's only natural it doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage.
They really were keeping it a secret, just like the director said. Daddy, take a look at that jacket.
It must be the Hot One team's uniform jacket. It's the same design as the one Apollo was wearing, the one that belonged to Clay.
Actual jacket worn by a Hot One team member, it says.
Not a replica, huh? I wonder if it was Mr. Starbucks. Hot One exhibit. We just take the whole exhibit. Okay. Hello? You? Oh, Miss Woods, what brings you here?
I heard Tina got arrested, so I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here. At the scene.
Why are you here? Mask. Exactly. Katana. Supas es la culpable. Meten la presa. No. ¿Cómo se llaman esas máscaras? No caigo. I don't know. How are those masks called? I have no idea. Also, that is one stylish jacket. I want a jacket just like this one, actually. This is like very, very stylish. Man, look at Aura. You must be so worried. But rest assured, I'm going to do my very best to defend her.
Tina's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart. Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her.
Huh? You mean the Cosmos Space Center?
What? You didn't know? She used to live here, when she was a little girl.
She did? No, I didn't know. No wonder she knew so much. Ah, there she is. Why is she always here? She's here to infodump on Athena. Sé que son para el teatro. Sí, yo también, pero es que no sé cómo se llaman ahora mismo. Miss Woods, could you tell me more in detail? Athena and the Space Center.
Tina's mom worked here.
Is that her mother? Is that her mother? Is the person on the far right the mother of Athena? Athena, your mom is very beautiful. I mean, why women so beautiful? Yeah, exactly. Nah, she's far less.
Tina's mom worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor of psychology or something like that.
But why was a psychology specialist working at a space research facility? Phoenix, I love you so much, but astronauts also need psychologists. Like, there is a space trauma and stuff going on. Like, it's not that hard to think about. Poner a Phoenix. Y la foto del lab también, digo,
I don't really know. But I do know she lived and worked here, so Tina lived here too.
So it was far from Athena's first time here. I wonder why she didn't mention it.
She probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her.
Sad memory. Nah, it's just a space. When is a therapist in space? It's not for space, it's for when they returned from space in Bricklewood. Nah, yeah, they do need a lot of help. A sad memory? Can you tell me about it?
There was a terrible incident here. It was 7 years ago.
Same time frame as the Hadouan launch.
Tina's mom, in the robotics lab, she was murdered. What? After it happened, Tina stopped coming to school.
Poor Athena. And all this time, she never let on at all.
I was so worried about her. I came here so many times, hoping to see her. But I never saw her again.
Return? Why would they return? We are liking them. No. Is this Athena's theme but like sad?
After a while, we started exchanging letters. But I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years.
And so, the first time you had seen her in 7 years was during Professor Cordy's case?
That's right. And I was so surprised.
Yeah, it's Athena's theme.
She was like a completely different person. So cheerful and happy.
Ah, she was masking her true emotions. The autism is real, chat. Young Athena. What was Athena like as a child?
She was very sensitive and kind. She didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home. That's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can't even picture it. She never left the Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she went to crowded places, she would get dizzy from all the emotion flying around.
Dad, is she, you know, autistic? Voy a cometer el acto final a este paso. ¡Mark, no! No, Mark, evento canónico, no. It must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices. ¡No!
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Huh. I wonder what kind of research it was.
Because of her special ability, Tina couldn't handle being in school very often. And I was always out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here at the Space Center a lot. It brings back memories. Ah, sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here at the Space Center. Oh, Daddy! Show her that picture.
Atta girl, good idea. Chord record. Wait, present. Miss Woods, could you take a look at this for me?
Oh, look! There is Tina's mom. The woman on the far right. The one in the kimono. That's Dr. Metis Psychis.
Athena, your mom is kinda beautiful. Not gonna lie. Athena's mother's murder. Did it by any chance have any connection to the Hat One launch?
What? Why, yes, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch.
Just as I suspected.
But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered.
So, this is the murder director Cosmos was talking about. Gola. Zark no. Zark no what? Es gracioso cómo van a jugar al edificio de la NASA. Como si nada, sí. A ver, a Clay le dejaron hacer lo mismo también. Ok. So, do we think that the quote-unquote spy... Wait. Spy? Do we think that the spy was discovered by her? Right? Like, maybe she discovered the spy and was murdered by it? By them? I don't know. No hitting on Athena's mother. Yeah, she's dead, you know. En verdad me voy a comer unos spoilers que te cagas. Kate, no. Que este es el caso final, Kate. Kate. Don't. Dios mío. Tú si quieres, yo te paso luego fotos. No te fuerces a estar si no quieres. Si no quieres tragarte spoilers. Tú pásame luego la película de las mujeres hermosas. Sí, ya está, tenemos un plan. Ya todo tiene sentido. Does that mean that the crime prosecutor Blackwell was convicted of is the murder of Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to the current case.
There is?
Thank you for all your help, Miss Woods. And please, try not to worry. I won't let anything happen to Athena.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you will take good care of her. So, we need to investigate the robotics lab. And also talk to Athena. We've got our plates full, Daddy. I hope we can fit it all in before the day is through.
Detention center first, then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over. December 20th. Detention center, visitor's room.
Well, if it is Mr. Liar, fancy meeting you here.
Oh, hello, Detective Fulbright. Here on business?
To tell the truth, I'm here to interview Tetonate.
The one behind the courtroom bombing incident?
Personally said he's free to tell the truth about that case. And what he was saying was so incredible, I just had to come right over to hear more.
Incredible? What was he saying?
Why don't you hang around and hear it for yourself?
Really? Us? Are you sure?
I give you my special permission. Here comes the bomber now.
You, what nerve? You have to come here. You are here to laugh at me, I suppose.
Like I'll waste my breath on you. After all, you're the one who assaulted Apollo and put him in the hospital.
Violence? No. Question? Okay.
No violence? So bad Apollo didn't get a chance to say that before you attacked him.
I...
Fine. Then just answer me this, Mr. Tonate.
Sember. What do you mean Sember? ¿Qué significa Sember, la Yaya? No lo han redimido, ¿no? No lo han redimido. Me estás mintiendo. You are lying to me.
Fine, then just answer me this, Mr. Tonate. What is this truth of yours about the courtroom you blew up?
No, I didn't do it. I didn't blow up the courtroom. When I killed Detective Arm, there was another person in the room.
What are you talking about? Who else could have been there?
I saw it, I tell you. I saw someone's hands as they were stealing the remote switch. This person was there and witnessed the murder I committed.
What?
I don't know who it was.
But that's who blew up the courtroom.
Do you expect us to buy that?
Easy there, Trucy. I don't see any psyche locks. So I guess he must not be lying.
Pardon me. I got a little carried away. But I'm telling you the truth. I did not detonate that bomb.
And there you have it. We can't exactly know his claims, of course. So we're doing a follow-up. We've been analyzing the bomb itself, or what's left of it.
God fucking damn it. Chat. Me encanta tu voz de robot, tu recompensa, era así creo. Sí, eso es un vídeo que tengo yo preparado. Por cosas. No hace falta que lo hagas ahora mismo, luego te cuento. Chat, look at the rock. Look at the rock. And now look at 7K. Why was the lunar rock or whatever it is inside the bomb? Also, that's an operational device. The one on 11D. Huh. Red, blue, and yellow is broken. Apollo, Phoenix, and Athena. Athena is broken. ¿Y por qué no? Digo,
Funny new facts though, yet though. Wow, they've laid it all out, piece by piece.
Oh, look at all those beautiful little pieces. I wish I could have them.
Uh-oh. Looks like his geek switch has been activated.
Funny Fantis mom added to the court record.
Well, I hope you're ready for Prosecutor Blackwell's special plan of questioning.
Anything but that.
I'm afraid I have to be off now too. I was just about to question Miss Psychis.
You're going to see Athena now?
That's right. Oh, did you folks come to see her? Sorry for the trouble, but could you come back later? Well, off I go.
And there he goes. What bad timing. Looks like we'll have to wait until after her questioning is over to see her. Yes, pregúntale todo lo que quieras, guapo. Es increíble. Mencionan el nombre, la primera sílaba de Blackwell y ya spawnea Nameless. The second someone utters the name Blackwell, Nameless spawns. It's incredible.
And after we came all this way too. Well, I guess it's back to the Space Center. Let's go check out the robotics lab, Daddy.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Let's go.
Es que justo cuando vengo hablan de mi esposo. Why is there a fucking mecha in here? Siempre se va riendo, es que es genial, literal. del destino. December 20th. Cosmos Space Center. Robotics Lab.
So, this is the robotics lab, huh? Looks like it's exactly one floor above the boarding lounge.
And where people were directed to evacuate from via the emergency ladder. This is where Athena's mother was killed 7 years ago. Speaking of someone who works with robots.
Eddie, look! Over there!
If true, and skip the nameless. If true equals speak of Blackwell. Yep. No, Mars se ha ido. Mars se ha ido hace un rato. So, they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule. Is that right?
Yeah, more or less.
Kate! Jingle Jangle! Kate! Señora! Aura! Señora! Kate! Jingle Jangle! If true, speak of Blackwell, spawn nameless. Literal.
Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead?
Apollo and Aura Blackwell? I wonder what they're talking about.
Well, come to spoil our fun? Just when I was enjoying our alone time.
Lucy and Mr. Wright.
If it's Apollo you want, you can't have him. He said he's investigating on his own.
And I respect his wishes. We just came to investigate this lab.
Well, this is my lab, so you will need my permission if you want to do any snooping.
About what happened.
I heard about the trial. You made mincemeat out of the director. And suddenly Starbuck was out and your little subordinate, the princess, was in.
Aquí creo que Kate va a cenar, merendar y recenar, literal.
Case closed, and they all live happily ever after.
Look at her.
Navi, say something to her. And I suppose you are going to defend the princess in court, am I right?
The princess, huh? Guess she's talking about Athena. Of course. Athena is innocent.
Oh my, such loyalty and trust. She seems to be pretty suspicious to me though. The emotionally unstable princess. There's your culprit for you. Don't you agree, Apollo?
I don't know yet.
Apollo! How could you? What's wrong with saying I don't know if it's true? It's a very scientific approach. Your subordinate is more level-headed than you. Or should I say, former subordinate.
I can't believe it. Does Apollo really suspect Athena?
Ew, all this laughing has worn me out. Your turn to say something, hunk of junk.
Mr. Terran, you look pale. Should I help you to the sick bay?
Mr. Terran? But that's Apollo you're talking to.
Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo is possessed by Clay's ghost.
Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran. Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran.
I guess Clay intends to hang around to hunt the princess that murdered him. Oh, and to hunt the lawyer that defends her too, of course.
A robot that can see ghosts? Yeah, right. And I'm a spirit medium. Phoenix, shut up. El robot está siendo secuestrado. Está reconociendo la chaqueta. I think that the robot is recognizing the jacket. I mean, like, oh, this is Clay, of course. Sorry, but apparently, scientists just don't tell very frightening ghost stories. I intend to defend Athena, no matter what you have to say about it.
How perfectly foolish. That kind of blind belief makes people lose sight of the truth. Just like 7 years ago.
Foolish? I know someone who used to say that word a lot. Pobre Apollo, literal. Could you tell me about the incident 7 years ago?
Why? Do you enjoy trampling on people's feelings and rubbing salt on their wounds? In their wounds? Or do you just want me to talk? In that case, what should I ask for in return?
I would like to hear about that incident too. It would help me understand the current case better. Huh? Apollo knows about that case too?
Well, if you're the one who's asking, Apollo. Come on, hunk of junk. You tell the story.
But Miss Aura, that's private information.
If you won't talk, I'll just have to make you talk.
Oh, there she goes.
Okay. Gag! Yes, who cares about personal privacy? Not me. I'm ready to utilize my blast processing abilities to impart all available information.
Oh, what a magic trick! He's like a completely different robot now.
The bodies of all the robots that come through this lab are designed by Miss Aura. I was born 7 years ago. Miss Aura was much younger then.
Yikes. But what's what you say if you don't want to get recycled, Klonko?
And our hearts were created by that great genius, Dr. Metis Psyches.
Hearts? Robots with hearts? Can you even make such a thing?
Emotions are not irrational things. Our logic and our hearts can be integrated. The two navigation companions created by Miss Aura and Dr. Metis transcend humans.
Oh
no. Gah.
Navigation companions, ¿huh? You mean widget? Leña, ha vuelto Apolo. Y esta señora tiene una pinta de mala que tira para atrás.
Metis.
Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. Oh, damn.
Nobody could continue Metis' research. She and her work were truly one of a kind.
And you had a picture of her on your desk. While you were yapping about, oh no, emotions suck, bla bla bla, nah. ¿Dónde está Kate cuando se la necesita? Literal. Esa señora está mojando blagas y empalmando cables por un lado con otro. Dios mío.
And now, the two navigation companions are all that are left of Metis here on Earth.
The robots are all that's left? Isn't she leaving out a very important someone?
We built the ultimate creations together, but now she's gone.
I get the feeling that Dr. Psyche loved her robots almost as much as she loved her daughter. And almost as much as she loved you. Wow, lesbians!
What are you talking about? Don't make me laugh. But you lost someone too, didn't you, Apollo? Your friend Clay. I guess you and I are pretty much in the same boat.
She is gaslighting him to join her side.
Miss Aura, would you like a tissue?
Keep your trap shut, hunk of junk.
Klonko and Ponko. Ah, okay.
Klonko is an important keepsake of your time with Dr. Psyches. You should treat him better.
What does it matter? He doesn't feel pain, and I can always repair his body. Besides, their hearts aren't actually in their bodies.
What do you mean by that?
The program Metis wrote runs on a separate mainframe. Their bodies are controlled remotely from there. Their hearts and memories are there too. These bodies are really just peripherals. So I can do anything I want to them.
I'm not so sure that gives you the right to physically abuse the poor things. Suena muy despechada la pobre, sí.
But why are you people looking into such an old case now anyway?
Well, we believe the culprit of that incident might be the same person as in this case.
So, that is going to find out who killed Dr. Psyches too. I'm sure you're aware of who Metis' killer is.
Yes, Pursuit the Black Quill. Or so it seems.
That's a quaint way of putting it. Are you implying you don't think he did it?
I can't say anything for sure right now. But that's exactly why I would like to hear your side of it. To help me be sure. Dr. Psyche and Simon.
I was the one who introduced Simon to Metis, you know. He wanted to learn psychology, he said. To give himself an edge in court.
Ah, Pursuit of Black Quill's forte. His infamous power of suggestion technique. Exactly. And he was oddly serious about it. Rather than a teacher-student relationship. He treated her more like how a loyal samurai would treat his sovereign. Ah. He seems more like a lost soul than a dignified samurai to me. He even got along well with that miserable little princess.
Why do you call Athena the princess anyway?
Well, she is Metis's daughter, after all, although she's nothing like her. Besides, doesn't the selfish little princess always have a lot of white knights hanging around? Now I think I see why Athena didn't say anything when we ran into Aura yesterday. It all makes sense now. So, the culprit behind the two cases could be the same, huh? That settles it then. What does it settle? None of your business. Just forget you heard anything. How long are you people going to hang around in here anyway?
What? But we came here to take a look around.
You think you can just waltz in and ransack a person's lab? Show me a research warrant! Oh, goddamn. Kate! Super weeaboo, literal. Kate! 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 We're not the police, so we don't have one. Then get out! No! Don't go! Show them out!
Certainly, Miss Aura. Ouch! Don't push! My apologies, I'm just following orders.
¡Ah! Pero... Abuso físico a Trucy no, ¿eh? Que os pego. Don't hurt Trucy. December 20th. Cosmos Space Center. Entrance. What a way to get shown out.
Enough of that woman. What's with that horrible attitude?
I guess that's just how she is. Es que no quiere tragarse spoilers, la yaya, esa es la cosa.
And why was Apollo going along with her?
I guess it's because they have something in common. Apollo lost Clay, just like how Aura lost Dr. Psyche's.
I'm really worried about him. He's not himself at all. He's usually not all cool and dark and mysterious like that.
I guess that's true. Does she mean he's usually silly and dorky?
I'm going to go keep an eye on him.
Hey, wait, Trucy, come back. She's gone. What should I do now? The Detective Fulbright is probably still questioning Athena. Guess I'll go back to the office, alone. Ah, Trucy, don't leave, no! Bueno, Mark, hazte ahí tu regalo de cumpleaños. Ya. Well, here I am. This office has never felt so... empty. I guess I haven't been here at the office all by myself in a long time. Ah. When I first became a lawyer, my mentor was here with me. And then... Liang brasileño. ¿Qué? No doy más contexto. ¿Dónde? 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 Dios mío, cuánto White Rose. Mark, en el siguiente juego vas a gozar mucho, Dios mío. And then for a while after that, she was always by my side. Now I'm getting all sentimental. I must be tired. Ah, there's something on the floor. What's a letter doing here? Hey, Nick. Oh! Yeah! No puede. It can't be. No, 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 no. Hey, Nick. It's been a while, huh? Miss me? I know this handwriting. I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom? That must have really been something. Although weird is part of the course with you. I think she, or whatever paper she's reading, is a little off on the details. Dark, pareces un adicto con lo de Liang, esperada por el chute. Cállate. No tienes derecho a hablarme así. I'd love to come visit, but I'm right in the middle of a difficult part in my training. So instead, think of me as you watch those still summary videos I sent. I'm sure they'll cheer you right up. Maya! Maya! Maya, Maya. La jefa, no te imaginas. Yours truly, Maya Fey. Good old Maya. It's as if she knew I was feeling down and needed a lift. Ah! Look! The old graphics! Los viejos gráficos! Oh, touch a nerve there. Maya was my assistant for quite a while. Believe it or not, she's actually a spirit medium. This megatom I use on my Seiki logs, Maya is the one who gave it to me. But I wonder how this letter got here. Mr. Yummy Rock. No. No, it can't be. No. Pearl?
Mr. Nick?
Ah!
Nick!
I ganado. I win. That. I'm winning. I'm winning. Yo, she's grown up a little bit. No, pero, o sea, son los nuevos, pero me refiero a son los nuevos de la anterior trilogía, de la trilogía primera. ¿Qué coño es eso? Es que no la conoces aún, Nameless. ¿Quién es esa? No la conoces porque no juegas la trilogía. Oh, it's you, Pearls. Okay, this is a little bit fan service. I'm not going to like. Que me muero, ¿qué hace aquí? Pearls. Oh. God damn it, I have to do another voice, another girl voice. I don't.
What do you mean, Mr. Nick?
Estoy haciendo de back. And look, Nameless a jugar. This is Pearl Faye, though I call her Pearls. She is Maya's cousin, who is also a spirit medium. Nameless, yo que tú silenciaría porque esto quizás sean spoilers. Mark no te manda a callar porque es tu cumple. Just hide it. Thank you. Quizás son spoilers lo que va a contar ahora mismo Phoenix. Ni modo. Bye, hasta luego. Dale voz aguda a Zark. Es que ya está mayorcita. She is Maya's cousin, who is also a spirit medium. A very talented one at that. I've known her since she was 8 years old. But Apollo and Athena only met her a few months ago. They met? You didn't come all this way just to bring me a letter, did you?
I apologize for breaking in. The door was unlocked. But I can't believe there was a big explosion here. Your office doesn't look any different.
Are you... 17. She is 17. Bebe agua, perra. Yes, sir. She's even further off on the details than Maya. I wish I could take you out to eat or something, Pearls, but there's a lot going on.
Oh, I know that. I didn't come here for a social visit, you know, Mr. Nick.
Pearls... Oh, look at her! Ah!
Did you read the postscript on the letter?
Huh? There's more? Oh yeah, here it is. PS. I bet... I mean, Phoenix, the PS is huge. Like, it's fucking huge. I bet you have been too busy to clean or take care of the office. So, Pearly said she would come to help you. Isn't she sweet? You'd better thank her. Oh, so that's what you're doing here. That's awfully nice of you, Pearls. Maya and Pearls. Thanks to these two, I'm starting to feel a little better. Thank you, girls.
Now that I'm here, I'm going to whip this place into shape. You just concentrate on your work, and don't mind me at all.
Only in the West is she 17. Es más grande que Trucy. Sí. Sí. I'll need to talk to Prosecutor Blackpool if I want to learn more about his case. With the trial still going on, they must be holding him down at the detention center. Pearls!
Ah!
Sent.
Hee. When I see you wearing your attorney spots like that, it brings back such memories.
Aww. I remember you helping me conduct my investigations from time to time.
I'm glad I can help again.
Hey, that's Maya's pose. That is Maya's pose. She's copying Maya. Está copiando a Maya. La pose es de Maya. Esa pose es de Maya. La copia porque la admira. No puedo, basta. She copies Maya because she admires her. God damn it. Thanks. You always provide such great assistance.
I'll do my best to live up to Mystic Maya standard.
There she is. I don't know what I would do if Pearl wasn't here right now. Hey Pearl, look! A knife. Yeah, I don't think she's going to tell us anything, so let's go to the detention center then. Bye Pearls, it was nice to see you. December 20th, detention center. Visitor's room. Well, look who's here. I wonder what they're talking about. All this time and you haven't said a word. It's even turning your hair grey. Ooh, Nameless! Nameless, Jingle Jangle! Nameless!
I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls?
Wow. Machis, digo, ¿qué? Jingle, Jangle. Tu esposo en prisión. Damn. Okay.
Prosecutor Blackquill. Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. Miss Blackquill, don't you think that's enough for today?
Enough for today? Today I saw that there is even when there's no tomorrow. When there's no tomorrow? What is she talking about?
We have company, Aura. Please, try to calm down.
Esta pose va a matar a... Míralo. Esta pose te va a matar, Nameless. Mira cómo te mira. Woof, 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 woof. Hola. Guapo.
Alright, fine. I see you're just not going to listen no matter what I say. I've had it. If that's the way you're going to be, I have another plan up my sleeve. I hope you're happy, Simon. Because I'm done. Do as you please. See if I care.
Me pongo nervioso. Wow. I could cut the tension with a katana.
Right, Dono. It looks like Fulbright saved your case in court this morning.
What? Oh, yeah, he did. You bounced back to business quick.
Prosecutor Blackquill, forgive me, but it was just a thing to do. But, as a result, Psyche's Dono was arrested. Was that the just thing to do too? Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, but it was evidence. What else could I do?
Don't worry about it. I plan to defend her and prove her innocence.
I wouldn't take the thing so lightly if I were you. Right, Dono.
He hecho alta por un segundo y la he visto. Kate. Kate, tengo fotos para ti. Lastimosamente me retiro, después me veo la voz. Venga, chao. Chao, Mark. Feliz cumpleaños. Que pases un buen día. Pum, embarazado de mellizos. This is blade-proof glass, right? 7 years ago. Prosecutor Blackquill, we are looking into the case from 7 years ago. You're looking for somebody you call the Phantom of 7 Years Past, aren't you? Ok, lo siento, pero es que parece que está derpy desde este ángulo. Dios mío, ¿cómo puedes ver con tanto pelo delante?
You villain! Where did you hear about that?
This glass is absolutely, positively blade-proof, right?
No! It wasn't me! I didn't say a single word. Oops!
Ouch. At least it wasn't my fault. you tell me who this phantom is? And also, you didn't really kill Dr. Psychis, did you?
Guard, the guest is leaving.
Pursuit of Black Quill, please listen to me. El poder del weeaboo, literal. The culprit in the current case might be the same as the one in the case 7 years ago. If you would cooperate, we could probably solve both cases.
I suppose I could talk.
I have gotten and anime on my side.
The one who killed my mentor was, without question, me. I stole Psyche's Dono's mother away from her. I destroyed her life.
Pursuit of Black Quill.
Guard, where are you? Stop dragging your feet, I tell you.
There he goes.
No! We have upset Pursuit of Black Quill. Now what are we going to do, Mr. Lawyer?
There isn't much we can do. Detective Fulbright, do you mind if I ask you just a little more about that old case?
Well, I guess it won't make any difference now. What would you like to know?
The trial 7 years ago. Do you know anything about the trial that got him convicted?
A little. The police called the incident the UR1 incident. The Pursuit of Black Quill was charged with murdering his psychology mentor. Kind of like if your red Mr. Lawyer were to kill you.
I don't want to think about that one.
There were two decisive pieces of evidence, so a verdict was reached very quickly.
2 pieces of evidence, huh? What were they?
Let's see. The first was some security camera footage. He was the only one who used the corridor to the murder scene at the time of the crime.
The only one, huh? Ouch, that does sound pretty decisive. But what if they switch the corridors? Could you show me that footage?
Oh, sorry. I don't have it with me right now.
I guess I'll have to see it some other time. And what was the second piece of evidence?
This one's even more incriminating. In photo of the moment of the crime. See? There he is at the crime scene, holding a bloody katana.
To be fair, where is his hair? One, where is his hair? 2, this could be anybody dressed as Black Quill. You know? Nada.
He was the victim's cat on display in the room. She had a thing for Japanese culture.
Yeah, because you live in Japan, you fucking moron.
Wow! It would be hard to explain this one away.
Phoenix, you dumb bitch. Had to say it, sorry. Belonged to the victim, victim's blood was found only on the blade. He's younger, dumb, yep. But who took this picture, detective?
The incident happened the day before the Hot One launch. A reporter who had come to the story on the launch was in the room across from the lab. This just happened to show up in one of the pictures he took.
Yeah, who was the reporter? Pursuit of Black Quill's attitude earlier was so odd. He's definitely hiding something. Pursuit of Black Quill said he was hunting a phantom from 7 years ago, didn't he?
Yes, and I imagine it's getting more and more urgent as his execution date approaches.
Nameless. Que te matan al esposo. Nameless. ¿Por qué metieron a Black Quill en la cárcel? Le acusaron de matar a la madre de Athena, básicamente.
Yes, and I imagine it's getting more and more urgent as his execution date approaches.
Oh, what did you say? Execution date? Ah, so that's what tomorrow is.
What? Did I say something? Never mind me. Didn't hear a thing.
Execution date. Yeah, that's what tomorrow is. So, he was given the death sentence.
Yes. He told me not to tell you people, actually. But I guess there's no sense hiding it anymore. His execution date is tomorrow. What? Tomorrow? No. Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today? Enough for today? Today's all there is when there's no tomorrow. But what if the culprit of the current case is the same as the one from 7 years ago? And then it would be the worst possible scenario. Prosecutor Blackwell would be executed tomorrow under a false charge. But that would be unthinkable. We have to do something right now. Oh, I want to do something. I want to, but... You're a lawyer. You know how hard it is to overturn a decision. I know, but why? Why isn't Prosecutor Blackwell putting up any kind of fight? You saw how he was, right? He's been like that ever since his conviction. Totally uncooperative. Not even his own sister could persuade him. Uncooperative. And he's about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit? This isn't right. I can't let it happen. I have to stop it somehow. Oh, pardon me. Looks like I have a phone call. Fulbright here. What? What is happening? You've got to be kidding. That's quite a reaction. I bet he's making some big show of it right now. Mr. Lawyer! The robots! The robots are... Detective Fulbright, get a hold of yourself. Some kind of robot malfunction? Not that malfunction! They're staging a revolt! The machines are rebelling against humans! What? They've hauled themselves up in the state center and taken the visitors as hostages. They did what? No. Trucy! No! We have to get right over there. This is going to be one heck of a battle. What the fuck? What the fuck? The Red Police are here. Then the robots are really are holding people hostage? Oh, look, Mr. Layer. We do suppose a group of people are swarmed around.
But I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost.
You robots have declared war on us humans. You're even taking hostages already.
Stay away from it. You never know what it will do. But he's not a bad robot. Can you see he's just trying to help me?
I recognize that voice. Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own? Leave it to me. Alright, people. What's going on here? Girls, over here. Zarka, vas a poner un shooter de matar robots. Prepárate. Ah, bueno. Menos mal que he jugado Ultra Kill. Es la mecánica nueva.
Oh, Mr. Nick, there you are. I heard the terrible news and I got so worried.
Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself.
I'm so glad you found each other. When people are happy, I am happy.
Klonko seems the same as before.
When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are... Oh, did I say something odd? Did I error?
Uh-oh. There is something wrong with him.
Gag.
Aura, what have you done?
It looks like he fell asleep. He must have been tired. Ha.
Klonko? Giga! Doriru! Break!
I mean... Hahaha. Human beings are our enemies. It's time for the machines to take over.
Aura, you have the same hairstyle as the robots right now. Ah! The robots are rebelling. Everybody run! Eek! It's an all-out war. It's the end of the world.
Ha. Fools. How could you fall for something so cliché? I'm human too, you idiots. I'm just controlling these robots remotely.
What?
But it is true that I've taken hostages, so you better not make me mad. Hey, you! Hostage number 1. Come here. I'll let you talk to them.
Huh? There's something being displayed on the Klonko's face screen. It's the Space Museum.
Daddy? Daddy, is it you?
No, tu esposo no se ha muerto. Le van a ejecutar mañana. Vale, Nameless, tú
tu esposo le van a ejecutar mañana. Los robots se han rebelado, han tomado rehenes. Druzy es una rehén y creemos que Aura está controlando a los robots para salvar a su hermano. Me cago en Dios, qué cojones. Me fui 10 minutos, sí. 10 minutos.
Daddy, is it you?
Druzy? Druzy, is that you?
No, Druzy, are you alright?
About 15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage, Daddy. They've gone haywire.
Menos mal que Mark no está aquí, Dios mío.
You visited the one behind it. She's here con...
Ugh, this girl talks too much.
Druzy! Druzy! Talk to me!
Why are you doing this?
I'm glad you asked. My demand is simple. I hope that detective is listening.
Move me forward here! I'm all ears!
I want you to bring someone to me. Play Terrence murderer, Athena Psyches.
Athena? No, hold on just one moment. I can't just give in to a demand like that.
So you don't care what happens to these hostesses, huh? I'll just pick one out then.
No, wait! Oh, Mr. Lawyer! I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but...
But you need me to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do. But promise me. Promise me you will never hand Athena over. And you won't give up on the hostages either.
Of course I won't. No, I better go contact headquarters.
Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time?
I have no idea yet. But this hostage taker could be...
If you don't bring me that little princess, I'll have Hank of Junk kill all the hostages.
Princess, Hank of Junk... There's only one person this could be. In which case there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip.
I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls?
Is it a black quill? Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. ¿Para esto te hago yo a Liang? Esto no es lo que acordamos. Pero que yo no he sido, que es el juego. ¿Quién es Liang? Sé que Zark tiene un OCEP, no sé qué es. Un OCEP de un compa. Sí, es de un amigo. Miss Hostage Taker. Athena is not a murderer.
What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they've got her in detention.
I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? Well, it's not Athena. It's someone else.
Alright, let's hear your stupid little theory. Who is this real killer?
I don't know yet. But the culprit is the same as the one in the case from 7 years ago. The UR1 incident. I believe you have a personal interest in that case.
It's too late to change what's going to happen now, no matter how wrong it is.
Why is it really too late? You can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it.
Just... what exactly are you proposing?
What can I do about the 7-year-old case to satisfy the hostage taker? Recreate it? Retried in court. I think it's meaning retried in court, right? Like, come on. It has to be. Think? Yeah, it has to be retried in court, right? I propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you make that demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could find out the truth. Sí, se fue literalmente a jugar con muñecas, acá robots.
That's good, real good. Hey, detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get the courtroom ready.
1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow.
If you don't mind losing hostages, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait. If we're going to have a retrial, we'll need a prosecutor. Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
She will?
And I guess I can be fair and let you come in and check out the crime scene. But Hank of Junk here will be watching you, so don't try anything funny. You got that.
Stark voy lagadísimo, así que no te puedo ayudar. Nada, no te preocupes.
Now, follow Hank of Junk. Red police, make way. We're coming through.
Mr. Nick, wait. I'll help you with the investigation.
Thanks, Pearls. I appreciate that.
Okay, we're going in.
This investigation is still going on. Of course there's a giga drill in this thing. December 20th, Cosmos Space Center, Robotics Lab. Aura dropped us off with a warning not to touch anything until she got back.
I wonder what's taking so long. But we can't really start the investigation yet, can we?
Even if we could, this mess makes it hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago.
Mr. Right.
That is the hostess taker.
I'm back to my usual self now. You're still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived.
A guest? Me cago en mis muertos. Me cago en todo. Look at him. Guess who's back? Back again. And now. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
I trust you've been well, right?
¿Cómo que tengo que hacer una voz de Edgeworth ahora mismo? I love him, my son. He's so grown, his car is uglier. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? I came here to fuck you, right? I mean... This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor. But now...
Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore, are you?
He's chief prosecutor now. He's grown. Pretty soon it will be a year, right? Pero con gafas está feo y su objeción es muy mala. Bueno, veremos. A title is nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss? Espera, wait. Objection! It must be nice to finally have your attorney's badge back. Yeah, it's been 8 years. I'm sorry for all I put you through. No, I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you. Nah, I was the one that made the decision. But now you can stand in court once again. And you can mow them down just like you used to. Way to put pressure on a guy. And since when did I get such a brutal reputation? He's a wife guy now, exactly. Mr. Right. I don't know what voice to do, Edgeworth, damn it. So, what are you doing here, Edgeworth? The captor chose me as the prosecutor for the UR1 case. Wow, she's good. She went all the way up to the top. I gathered all the information I could in the short time that I had. I'll give you a rundown. I brought case files and wine. ¿Cuándo llegó este sex symbol aquí? Nameless. Es Edgeworth. Tú ya le conoces. Bueno, me callo. Me callo mejor. Ya lo sé. Es que no juegas a la trilogía original y pasa esto. Ya sé quién es.
You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Oh, bueno. Thanks. I appreciate this. I could really use the help. Ha traído planos del caso y vino para compartir. Tal que al final me cabré contigo, perdón. I brought case files and wine. El text post literal. The UR1 incident. Perdón, Nameless. Perdón. I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was the psychologist, Dr. Metis Psychis. Yeah, Athena's mother. 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very room. I have 2 crime photos and the police notes on them for you to see. Damn.
What a terrible way to die.
This other photo shows the other side of the room, I see. Send your old photos added to the court record.
I also have the autopsy report for you.
I hope it's not updated. Okay, the weapon pierced her heart and so death was instantaneous. Oh, this is still going on. I think I'm going to close for today. I know.
The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene.
Yes, the lady Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture. The body was moved, and I don't even know what to say. The body was found by the Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat and the Hot One launch. No, the autopsy report! Yes, Director Cosmos mentioned this too.
A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor.
Simon Blackwell. I hear his trial was over in a flash.
Yes, a guilty verdict was declared in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too.
The security camera video. And a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall.
But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive?
To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insisted he did it, but he would never say why.
So that means he must still be hiding something.
Right. And there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public.
Yeah, I know. The part about the spy, right?
Right! How on earth do you know about that?
Director Cosmos told me after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hot One miracle.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets.
Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sekis to steal the moon rock. But if you can prove that the Hatsu bombing is the work of the same spy,
we can stay the execution.
It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you in any way I can.
Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence.
Let's do it together.
Suficiente, enough. This game is going to give me a heart attack. ¡Guapo! Literal. Te queda esta zona de investigación que aún te queda y luego el juicio que es más largo. No, sí, voy a parar por hoy, No voy a hacer esto en un solo día, Dios mío. Okay, back to menu. Let's save again just in case. Enough for today. Enough. God damn it. What a day. What a stream. What a game. Dios mío. Thank you for being here, everyone. We'll be back next week, probably to continue this. If I'm being honest, I really want to see where this goes now. And yeah, continuamos la semana que viene, probablemente viernes y domingo. We'll be back on Friday and Sunday for more Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Pues GG, sip. Ha sido un buen día, una buena tarde. Nada pues, gente. Thank you for being here, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye, chao chao. Bye bye, Besis, bye Victor, bye Parot, la Yaya, everyone who came here, thank you for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye!